My experience in recruiting as an outside person looking into Reed Smith was when I was at the Department of Justice. It was an interesting and daunting transition because I was leaving government practice with no book of business. I knew Reed Smith. I had a history here, but there were a lot of law firms and other private employers that I was interested in. The process with Reed Smith was exactly reflective of its culture. It was collaborative. I was actively recruited and communicated with the senior management team in the process. It felt less like an interview of me, but an interview sort of on both sides, where I was interviewing the firm just as much as the firm was interviewing me, even though I grew up here as a young baby lawyer. It showed a commitment to my practice. It showed a commitment to my growth. And I'm thankful that I made the decision 3+ years ago. The conversations with senior management that stuck out most during the recruiting process were conversations that really reflected an understanding and a commitment from a strategic standpoint on the part of the senior management team as it relates to building the white collar and government investigations practice. And I was pleased to hear that from the top down, including the senior management team, there was a real focus on building a white collar practice and building it around me, not only in DC, but in all of our US offices. As it relates to your progress as a lawyer, Reed Smith has a formula in place that ensures that you are going to grow in many ways, not just as it relates to your practice, but there are opportunities to really engage in leadership positions. I have the privilege of serving as hiring partner and actively recruiting on behalf of the firm, particularly at law schools, including with the specific focus of increasing our diverse population of lawyers. But also, there are opportunities within your own practice group. Reed Smith is not one of those hierarchical institutions that have a glass ceiling when it comes to that. If you have a commitment and a desire and an interest to pursue leadership positions, I'm happy to say that I'm another example of somebody who's been able to find leadership opportunities in addition to having a substantial practice.